Hello everyone, it's a big day because we are going for the first time ever to go pick up some pork, half a hog that we bought at our school auction and to fill our freezers. But before we go there, my freezers are a little bit of a mess. So why don't you come along with me? Let's get them cleaned out, organized, inventoried. I'll show you all the things. Let's see what I have stockpiled in my freezer right now. Okay, we're gonna start with my freezer above my fridge in my kitchen, and you can see real life. It's been a good 4 or 5 months since I last inventoried and went through all of this, and things are really getting shoved in here. All right, I'm gonna pull it all out and show you what I got and get it re-cleaned out. Is anyone else amazed at how much stuff can fit into a little freezer when you pull it all out? I am still super thankful for my extra freezers, and we'll tackle those next, but this was all in my freezer, right in my kitchen. So an assorted hodgepodge. Just need to do this every couple months because it gets disorganized. All right, half a thing of heavy whipping cream. It doesn't whip as well, but I can still use it baking. Bag and a half of frozen red raspberries here. This is a sweet Chex Mix appetizer I had. Free frozen pizza. We'll have to have the boys eat that for lunch. Some frozen salami and pepperoni from last time I did pizza sliders. This is about 3 pounds of pork here, like of ground pork that I need to use. Half a bag of mozzarella cheese, some fries, some extra buns we didn't eat. I have homemade bread. When I make it, I tend to, what we don't eat in a day or two, I slice and just stick it in the freezer so it's ready for toast. I have a bunch of crusts left over from Uncrustables when I make those for the kids, and honestly, I just threw away a little bit more. What should I do with all the crusts? Any ideas? I hate to waste it, but you know, I need some ideas. Help me out there. Then I had, let's see, 2 blueberry muffins. Caleb will eat those for breakfast tomorrow. Pancakes, I make a double batch every weekend and freeze them for during the week. Last time I was making cheesecake, I used my blender and ground up a bunch of Oreos to make sure I had enough for my next time I did a crust, so I don't have to get that out there. Then I have a bunch of cookies. These were the last ones left from when my mom was here at spring break and we were packing for school lunches, so the kids will eat those. I tend to wrap them in smaller bags and pouches of saran wrap, and then we just pull them out and they thaw by lunchtime. Last time we smoked cream cheese on the smoker. My husband did this block and we didn't even touch it, so stuck that in the freezer. We'll eat that this week. And then I had a couple of meats in here that I kind of forgot about. So we have a couple hamburgers, pork chops, some pulled pork, and then I do this very actually often. It's just taco meat for like 1 or 2 tacos or a taco salad. So I'm going to put all of those meats straight in the fridge and we will eat those this week. Some frozen pepperoni sliders from, I think, Super Bowl. I need to figure out what to do with those and eat those up. A couple bags of veggies here. So I've got cauliflower, mixed vegetables, broccoli, edamame. I do store my extra almonds there, so I have a bag of almonds. These are some peppers. I'm gonna keep these out and do fajitas with them tonight. And then I have a bunch of berries actually in here. I realized I have 1, 2, 3 bags of blackberries here. That's about 8 cups. Blueberries, and then these are some sweet cherries actually right there. These are my cornflake crumbs from the last time I had a box. I put these on top of potato casserole, so those are crushed and ready to go. Some coffee for company. We're not coffee people. Diced onions, half a thing of, we were leaving for a trip and I just stuck the jar of marinara in the freezer. Again, these are ground almonds for a coffee cake recipe. I just put these in here recently, so I'll leave those. And then I always keep flax in here if you didn't know this trick. 1 tablespoon of flax plus 3 tablespoons of water equals 1 egg. So it's just ground flax you can buy anywhere, and it is a great substitute, cheap for eggs and everything when you need it. All right, all that was in here. I'm gonna get it organized, put it back in the freezer, and I'll show you how it looks next. Oh my goodness, so much better. Why do we always put off the things that don't take that long? Now I can actually see it. Top shelf is all the vegetables right there. The cornflakes, Oreos, ground almonds, flax, kind of baking things. I put all the frozen fruits down here, right with the almonds. I have a really good recipe for blackberry cobbler, and then I do a blueberry pie. Cherries, I guess I'll have to figure out what to do. Throw them in a smoothie or something? I don't know. All right, and then down here we've got the fries. I've got those breadcrumbs trying to figure out. I have that Chex Mix and cheese. I'm gonna keep that pork in here, even though most of my meat's in the other freezer. Then we have just the pancakes so kids can easily get to them, the pizza and all the cookies, the ice cream, which I didn't take out. I do have some more in the garage fridge, buns, bread, and then the cream. And it's all organized, and 2 random popsicles we found up there. All right, this is this one. Let's go look at the garage fridge right now, the freezer, because I think it's pretty well, but let's take a look quick there. All right, you get to see it all, but this one's pretty good. Last time I reorganized it, this is our snack foods, kind of frozen things that we don't eat a whole lot, but they're here for like when we have a college student who comes over sometimes, or late night snacks, and butter, of course. Some popsicles. I went ahead and put the pizza rolls from inside out here because that kind of goes together. Friends gave us this Kilwin's coconut ice cream. We need to eat that soon. Yum. More butter, ice cream right there. We have some potato skins, the chicken fingers right there, some fish my husband eats, and fish sticks right there, as well as some, again, appetizers. This is where I keep our frozen pizza. Need to restock on that. And then this is actually just an apple juice jar of water that I freeze and I keep it ready for coolers when we're traveling, or just to help keep the cooler and the freezer colder. I can pull it out or thaw it anytime I need to, but it is there. So feel pretty good about how this freezer looks. Don't really need to tweak anything here. Oh, that is just some on the very top. Those bags are some frozen pizza slices from Pizza Hut, I think last time. So, all right, that's this freezer. Now let's tackle the big one where the pork is actually going to go. All right, here we go. I just undid the lock right here. It's a baby lock. I'll leave a link to those. Super handy. I have them on both my freezers in here and in the garage. All right, some of you remember this from when I was stocking up on butter. It was looking pretty empty and cleaned out, but then I just stocked up on those 80 pounds of ground beef, and now we have pork coming. All right, here's what it looks like now. I think I can organize this pretty easily and clear off some shelves. Like there's some big ice packs again, different things. These look pretty good still. But let me quick take a look at this, get this cleaned out and reorganized, and make some space for the pork that we're getting. All right, here we go. Again, it never takes me that long to do this when I do it a couple times a year, and it's always good to go through an inventory. This is what it looks like right now. I am hopeful and optimistic that I can fit all the pork on this shelf. It's pretty deep. These are some ribs we already did. I can move those to the other freezer if I need to. So hopefully I can fit everything in there. We'll see when we pick it up. This top shelf is still the butter, 36 pounds in here. I think I have at least a dozen 16, 20 pounds in the garage freezer, plus a little bit in the fridge. This is the chicken on the top. This is the cooked diced chicken in 4 cups for poppy seed chicken. This is raw, cut already, fat trimmed off, all those pieces right there. I freeze them in about 2 to 3 pounds in a bag for chicken. And like I said, that is the cooked. Then this is the ground beef shelf right here. So I have a bunch raw behind here too. This is just about a 1 pound bag right there. These are all my hamburger patties. I freeze them in a stack of about 12. I actually have, or excuse me, I have 12 stacks right there. Yeah, 14 plus those 2. And these are all stacks of about 7 burgers in a patty pack there, so they're ready to grill. And then this last ones over here are the cooked right there. I think I have about 14 on that. Those are the ribs, which we already cooked. And then down here are the French fries. Those are the blueberries. I have a lot of blueberries from last year that we need to use. A little tiny bit of chicken, actually down here for poppy seed chicken, along with the fries. I have a little bit of meat over here. It's just really the pork sausage on the bottom. We got some bacon, brats, and sausages there. One more thing of fries, and then these are some of our frozen veggies. A little bit of my meat from last time with every plate. More ice packs. I did take out 2 other big ice packs I found. Some more cheese, Chex Mix right there, juice, and a package of tortillas. All right, here's how it looks now. Next time we see it, we will get some pork in here and see how the freezer looks then. All right, so we just got back from the farm, and I feel like I need to give you a little background on this. So my husband's a principal at a Lutheran school in town. I was teaching there this year. This is where our kids go, where we go to church. And every year, one of our big fundraisers is an auction. And we have a family, like the grandma went to school there, her kids went to school, her grandson's there now. The daughter, she actually works there at our school too, great family. And one of the things that the grandpa gives every year is a bunch of different pork. So he does a half a hog twice. So like he's auctioning off a whole hog that people can bid on. And then he had separate things of meat. So we've always kind of looked at it this year. I thought, oh, let's just start the bidding. And then I was like, well, let's just see. and no one outbid me, and we ended up with half a hog for $250. So we went out to pick it up today. He processed it all for us. Everything's packaged up. So let me show you what it looks like right now, and then I'll put it in the cooler or in the freezer and show you a little bit more. But let me show you what we just brought back. We have 2 coolers here full of pork. So we're going to see how this goes. It's in bags right now, but everything is processed and labeled right here. It's all butchered and individually packaged, so I don't have to do anything with it. I just have to find the room for it in the freezer. So I'm going to go ahead and unpack, see what's in here. It's kind of a surprise for me too, and get it in the freezer. Ready to see inside my freezer? I got it all in. Let me show you everything here, and then I'll show you the inventory of what is in this very full freezer behind me. I got everything in the freezer. This is as full as it has ever been, but I'm super excited. I'll give you inventory totals, but just so you can see everything quickly, how I filled it in. The doors didn't change much. Still the juice, the cheese, the veggies, kind of those things. I have a little bit of pork sausage there. These are some of the brats. There's different varieties. Green onion, a Hawaiian, some traditional back there. Every plate meat, some more veggies that had to fit there. And then this was my store-bought ground pork and bacon right there, and those brats. Bottom shelf is the tater tots, frozen potatoes, blueberries, a couple ham steaks on the top there that I had to fit in. And then this is mainly all the pork, but I couldn't fit everything in here. So I have a full bag full of bacon. We got 19 pounds of bacon. Super excited about that. Bone-in pork chops are in this bag, and then boneless pork chops are right there, full bag. On top is like an Amish ground sausage in 1 pound segments. And then these are pork burgers. They're very good. We've had these before from this farmer. Excellent. Super excited about that. So then I got all the ground beef up here with a couple more ham steaks. So again, raw, we have the raw ground beef on the one side, hamburger patties right here. Those are on this far side, those are a bit of ribs that we have left over. And behind it is my cooked ground beef with a little bit up there. And then that's all chicken behind everything, and my 36 pounds of butter. So that's everything. I did have to put a ham in the garage freezer and a ham in my kitchen freezer, as well as some pulled pork that we got. That went in the freezer. But I got everything in for my half a hog, so super excited. Let me show you the official tallies of what we got today. All right, here's my official inventory of the meat that I had, as well as the meat we just got for half the hog. So here's how it totals up. I've got 20 pounds of ground beef that's raw, 15 pounds cooked, 14 packages of hamburger patties. I have 7 packages of chicken raw, each with 2 to 3 pounds, 7 packages of chicken cooked for poppy seed chicken, 5 sausage rolls like pork sausage plus 3 pounds already cooked, 3 packages of bacon, 2 brats, 9 packages with the 2 cups of blueberries, 6 french fries, 4 hash browns, 36 pounds of butter in my upright freezer plus 17 in the garage, so doing pretty well. That should hopefully get me to Thanksgiving. Now, from the pork that we got today and our half the hog, got quite the variety. We got 19 pounds of bacon. We're super excited about that. 14 packages of boneless pork chops, about 4 in a package. Bone-in pork chops, I think it was 2, maybe some had 3 or 4, but 5 packages of those. 6 ham steaks, which I've never cooked before, so give me any tips or hints on that, please. 2 hams, each about 5 pounds. 6 packages of pork burgers, and we've had these before. They're so good. It's a mixture of pork and beef. Really, really good. Excited about that. 1 package shaved ham, 4 already cooked pulled porks that are seasoned, 9 packages of an Amish pork sausage patties, like ground sausage, 6 brats in a couple different flavors, 6 packages, and then 2 packages of just regular pork sausage. I can't tell you how excited I am to have my freezer this full of meat. I have never had this much meat in my freezer at one time, and I'm super excited about it. Now, before any of you panic, yes, we do have a backup generator. We do not typically lose power here in northern Indiana, but like I said, we have a generator, and the freezer is packed so full right now. I know things, even if I lost for a couple hours, would stay perfectly frozen because the freezer is super full. Also, this is something that I have done slowly over time. Now, I typically shop, a lot of you know, out of a monthly $500 grocery budget, and that's how I bought all the ground beef. That was part of my May haul, where I was just stocking up on sale ground beef, buying it on sale to buy us enough to last for several months at a time. The pork is a little bit different. We weren't expecting to do this. This, like I said, was from our school auction. We were planning on donating money anyway, and we ended up with pork. We would have spent more. This is worth more than $250. I know it is. And we are so thankful for the sweet family who did this, because it allowed our school to make more money too, and we get a lot of yummy pork filling our freezer. So that is actually not going to come out of my grocery budget, because it was a special auction purchase with different money set aside. But my freezer is full with pork. I'm super excited about that. If you are looking to do this, my biggest tip to you is, first of all, get an extra freezer. If you don't already have one, get a chest freezer, get an upright freezer, save up for it, watch Facebook Marketplace for people moving. Buy a cheap chest freezer. I mean, I love my upright because it's so much easier to go through. My mom had a chest freezer. My grandma had the biggest chest freezer you have ever seen in your life. Like, it had to have been like 4 feet tall. Like, it was 15 feet long. It was huge. I think the basement was probably built around that freezer. So chest freezers are useful. You can fit a lot in them. And if that's what you can afford, do it, because having that extra space is so valuable, and it allows you to save so much money on your grocery budget, because you can stock up on the sales, not just on meat, but on other good deals as well. Although the meat, definitely, if you're looking to save money, that's the way to do it, because meat does tend to be a large portion of most people's budgets. So if you want to save money, watch for the sales on meat and start slowly stockpiling them up. Add them to your freezer little bit by little bit. You don't have to go all out like I do and buy 75 pounds or half a hog. I've been on my own, for 5 years, married for 15 years. This is the first time I have ever done this, purchase directly from a farmer. I know some of you have done that and you say it's a great deal. And if you have the money and want to start setting aside some money, having done it once, it is. It's pretty amazing to get all of your meat like that at once. It's fresh, it's processed well, you know where it's coming from. But if you can't do that and you're just saying, yeah, but Kristen, I'd like a little bit more. Well, next time you see a good sale on meat, buy an extra package. When you're shopping this week, walk through the meat section and look for markdowns on meat. That happens very regularly for meat that is on the sell-by date, which is perfectly fine to use, or stick it immediately in the freezer and then it lasts just fine. You don't have to worry about it. There are little ways you can do this in baby steps. It doesn't have to be all or nothing, but start working at it, start saving some money. Maybe you want to set aside a little bit of extra money each month and just say, I'm going to work on buying a little bit of extra meat, or I'm going to work on just adding to my pantry stockpile with this money. However you decide to do it, I will cheer you along, because I'm pretty excited about this, and I hope this was encouraging to you to see this too. And even that, just on a smaller note, I hope it's a good incentive to remind you to go ahead and take a look in all your freezers this week, see what you have. You might be surprised that you have some hidden things there too, or things that need to be used. Thanks so much for joining me on this peek through my freezer tour, and as I organized things and got to show you some of that pork. Like I said, I'm super excited about this. If you have any more questions, of course, leave them in the comments and I will do my best to answer them. But that's it for today. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next Frugal Grocery Haul.